Hey, how's it going? Welcome back to Danny's Toy Box. It's been a while. Had a lot going on and really haven't had any time to make any videos, but I have had time to build up some scenes. My hero wall is close to completion, if I can ever call it that. And a new project that pretty much just got put together. This is a basic sketch, so to speak. Even though I haven't drawn in a couple of years, I still think in that way. Our what you're looking at here is the remains of our outdoor fountain we had on our porch. We've had it 6, 7 years, and despite getting clogged with all kinds of different stuff, a couple asshole neighbors attacking it, trying to break it, just to be jerks, and a bunch of other stuff. It you know weathered out storms. You know, Wisconsin storms ain't no joke. Well, I went to go refill the water on it on Sunday, and I got an electric shock because it also has lights in it, or had lights in it. And I got an electric shock off of it. And I'm like, well, 7 years old. It's pretty much outlived its usefulness as a fountain. So I plucked out the lights, got rid of the cord, and threw all that out, including the pump, and just kind of slapped this together. My wife was like, hey, you could use it in one of your scenes. And I brought it in here, sat for a day or two, and then I just come up with this. And this is the space where my Cobra army used to be. They're kind of scattered all over now, most of them in one spot, but haven't quite found places for them all yet. But I'll do a little close-up on here. All these foam pieces are, let's see, the main one that the fountain pieces are sitting on. Sorry about that, lost the balance, or almost dropped the camera, I should say. Yeah, that's losing balance. Now this thing here, sorry, it's still on the stick and I'm not used to this. Just your regular green foam or styrofoam that you can get from like Hobby Lobby. I think that's where I got it. This piece here is just flat out styrofoam with paint and different moss and wood bits on it. This one here and this one over here used to be a part in a shelf that I used to have. I no longer have. They were two pieces of opposite banks of a river, and I had this neat little effect with this blue rock glass that I used for the water, but that shelf's being used for different things now. Yeah, that's the top of it right here and the main body of it. And when my wife suggested I could use it for a scene, my first thought was Wendigo battle. I've got the old Wendigo from Toy Biz, and then the more modern Build-A-Figure. But I also have, I gotta dig it out of the closet, I also have the Wendigo from, excuse me, the old Hulk line from, I gotta say, back in the 90s. He's much smaller than these guys. I think he's like 4 or 5 inch, and he's got actual hair. Thought about digging that out and throwing this in here, throwing that in here as well. Mama, daddy, baby. Although which one's mama and which one's daddy is debatable. So I figured I could throw in my Alpha Flight. I've got of what's available. I've got the full roster of Alpha Flight except for Puck. And I thought, given the team affiliation because of Wolverine, break out my X-Force. I've got Wolverine in the gray X-Force outfit, X-23, Deadpool, Psylocke, and I got Phantom X, although I don't know if I had Phantom X in. But yeah, imagine having all this, and of course, you know, do some stuff in the background. You can still see putty from where I had the Cobra panels up. But the thing is, this is going to be a very messy scene because I plan on splashing it with a lot of fake blood. A lot of fake blood. Hey, it's the Wendigos. What are you going to do? Alright. Now that I've shown you that, I'm going to take you over to my revived Marvel Heroes wall. Let's start up here at the top with the two Watchers and the one above all, and Ms. Lion. Yeah, I gotta fluff that out a little bit better. It's part of I thought of a storyline for my brother, and having Stanley up in the clouds like that was a good part of it. We'll start moving over. This stone stairwell I got from, you know, I don't even remember the store. I've had it for a good 25 years. It was a comic shop back when I lived in Michigan, and that alone was close to 30 years. But I figured I'd throw up my MCU Asgardians and the Eternals. Oh, Icarus fell. Oh, no surprise there. When we move along, I already had this shelf in place, so I figured I would just put Snake Eyes and Dusty in their little scene. I added a couple of things though. If you look close, there's Armadillo, and I forgot what kind of lizards those are. I was getting some stuff from my wife from my supplies of figure stuff, and I forgot about all my animals, my lizards. And then most of these are actually in my swamp scene, which, tell you what, let's pause on the Legends wall for a minute, and I'll show you that, because I just did a little, this was just for a laugh from my brother. Sorry, I had to turn the lights on first. A meeting of the lizards. And I plan on bringing the latest lizard Build-A-Figure in here to just tear all of them up. So I'll let you get kind of close in here. So you got that little guy there that came with old, oh, I'm stepping on a kitty. Sorry, honey, I didn't realize you were under there. Got a blanket hanging off the edge of the bench I'm sitting on, and I see a little orange tail shaking. Yeah, that was from our old Kraven the Hunter action figure. This guy here. We got that guy back there. I believe he and a bunch of the other lizards actually came with this lizard here. That came with an old McFarlane figure. That came with the lizard. That guy I got at Hobby Lobby. So yeah, I got these three guys in here. Joes are still in the background. Kondo, Gung Ho, Stalker, and Spirit. And it looks like Freedom fell. I'll have to figure out where he fell to. Either that or he's off hunting. Well, yeah, I just wanted to share this with you. It's a neat little thing I'm doing. It's basically just a couple pictures here and there to my brother every once in a while of this as it progresses. Alright, let's return back up to the Marvel wall again. Sorry for the camera work here. Anyway, there's Dusty and Snake Eyes again. We go up higher. Yes, the drawing here I did of the creation of the Frankie Ray Nova. And my drawing of the Phoenix, that's an old one I have. Now that's the Phoenix that was in the Juggernaut Build-A-Figure wave. And the Phoenix Effect is the one from the Diamond Select Phoenix line. Now, however, with this Phoenix, clearly looks different. I painted her. It doesn't quite look so in this light, but it's a metallic green and gold. I think it looks a lot better than just that pale green. Alright, we're going to move a little bit down further here. Got Felicia Hardy on a Daily Bugle sign. Right below her, Frank Castle, the Punisher. And this is the no-nonsense Punisher, if you look at what he's packing there. And this is probably one of the best looking Punishers I've got, except for the Walgreens exclusive that was Punisher in his classic outfit. I've got on him, it's kind of hard to see because the light is right below this, but the coat he's wearing is actually the coat that came with the Thomas Jane Punisher from way back when. Alright, we'll go up top here again. And we've got Moon Knight about to take a jump. Right next to him, Darkhawk. And we return, go down below, Moon Knight, Daredevil. And here's where I'm at with my city scene. Alright, I gotta do a little maneuvering here. Oh, somebody did a nosedive. Character did a nosedive when I wasn't looking. Let me fix this quick. Yeah, this is a basis of a storyline that I'm doing for my brother as well. This I thought was hilarious because I put Luis and Scott laying on that body, and Luis is looking at Scott. Here, let me turn it this way so he's got his hand. Hey, look at the girl I'm with. She crazy, stupid, fine, right? Yeah, crazy, stupid, fine. Yeah, stupid. I think it's funny. And we continue onward. This guy I just got at, I think it was Ross. Got him for $5. What the heck? He can be a great background character. And Obadiah Stane and Ulysses Claw taking a walk. Stane's got his hot dog. Claw's got his stogie. This is just one that I threw together. All it really is I took one of my cigarette filters, rolled it up, put some green paint on it, waited for that to dry, molded it a little bit with my hand so it would look a little bit more like a cigar, put some red paint on it, got a little bit of white sticky tack, and just a little puff, as you can see, just a little puff of spider webbing. And stuck that to the spider webbing to the sticky tack, stuck it onto the cigar, and then just add a little more red paint on top of that. And that's basically it. And we got here, these two taking a walk, these two having an argument. I wonder what that's about. Consider what I got in mind for the story. It's not good. Because basically what's going to happen here is there's going to be a helicopter crash. And the pieces are going to be right there. Alright. Continue onward and down real quick. I don't remember if I've added these in or not in one of my videos yet. My Hulks. I've got a couple more Hulks than this, but they're not like the best looking ones. Like my Professor Hulk from the line that came out. He was in Toy Business doing them. But I mean, you find gems in pretty much every line. I mean, like this guy here is from that old 90s line. And I did a little repainting on him. Kind of give him scarred up a bit. and a little bit more, pop to him. And who can forget this guy from the Eric Bana Hulk movie? But one of the only good things that came out of that. And we got Banner here. Smart Hulk right behind him. My two most modern She-Hulks, the only other one that I have is the one from Toy Biz from I want to say it was the Annihilus Build-A-Figure line. And these guys, and again, they need to make a new Doc Samson. I like to see one in that outfit, and I like to see one in that red outfit that he had during the time when Hulk was mindless and just tearing everything apart. This has got to be the best Abomination they've made so far from Diamond Select, and this thing is solid. Drop that on your foot, you're gonna break it. We'll move up. Yeah, I'm pretty proud of that drawing. Hulk one too. And we move up to my scene of spiders. We got different versions of Spider-Man. And Ghost Spider, you actually are supposed to be like this. Pardon the shakiness, I'm working and repairing as I go. That'll probably stay for about 15 minutes. And I've got some more Spider-Man I want to put up too. It's a matter of finding them. Yeah, my little storyline with this is like it's a convergence of all the Spider characters, including the Mary Jane, I think she was Spinneret, and Ghost Spider, and Spider-Girl. Imagine how it would mess with Peter just finding, different versions of himself, but version of the two loves of his life and a daughter he never met with his powers as well. But that's got to mess with you a touch. Alright, I'm going to do a quick bit here, show you where I put my Cobras. And this is under the city scene. Got the commander and his guys there. My Python Patrol. See, I'm not sure whether I'm going to use Python Patrol, Iron Grenadiers, or just some Cobra Troopers with a few Vipers for the scene up top here, because it's going to basically be Cobra shoots down a helicopter and it crashes here. And everybody except for Peter and Mary Jane gets wiped out. My little Destro scene here. This is a recent acquisition, if I can keep the camera steady long enough. Ooh, and it looks like I can't. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. And now I'm knocking stuff all over the floor. Stand, dude, stand. Here, stand by the computer so they see you in the light. The Dark Lawn figure. I stopped collecting Joe late 80s. Stopped collecting the comic, I don't know, 87 maybe. And I stopped watching the cartoon pretty much after that G.I. Joe the movie. So I actually had no idea about Darklon, who he was, all that kind of stuff. All I knew was he was the head of Destro's Iron Grenadiers. I need to build up my Iron Grenadiers, and I love that mask. I'm picturing them being in a battle. And here's this guy plunking shots at the Joes, and Rock and Roll's doing the same thing back. And saying something along the lines of, that dude must be a Kiss fan. Or, I love his mask, something like that. Anyway, I digress. We continue. My Vipers, there's another new acquire, that Retro Viper. I got him a couple of weeks ago at Target. And I see on there that it's him, the retro rock and roll, which I got, and the retro Dr. Mindbender. Now, there was 2 Vipers there and 1 rock and roll. I had enough to get 1 Viper at the time. And I've been calling around for Dr. Mindbender. Oh, it's not out yet, but they'll put it on the package and set the other stuff out. Yeah, thanks, Hasbro. Here's all my Battle Android troopers. My Crimson Guard. Yeah, I've got them packed in like sardines. I needed to go with it, someplace to go with them so I could set that scene up with the fountain. All my specialists. And my troopers and Firefly. And my repaint of Firefly. Down here is where it gets a little interesting. In my command center. I'm so happy to have my command center set back up. I'd also be happy if my camera tripod wasn't catching on this box behind me. Anyway, yeah, I got this bit set up where Duke, Hawk, and Flint are going over a battle plan. And in the next shelf, got these guys where Airborne is, I'm going to call them in the story, Fake Duke, are going to be the ones in the helicopter, and these guys are going to be following behind the security. Now this next one is one like I said, I do these stories for my brother where I take a bunch of pictures of different scenes, move them around and stuff like that, and then just add the worded text in, and I text them to him. Well, this one was basically my nod to the scene in Deadpool 3 when Blade says there's only one blade, there'll only ever be one blade. And that is this here. This stupid... Hold on just a second. I'm sorry about this. This stupid stick is messing with me. It was basically a story where Doctor Strange's astral form is welcoming all these powerful beings to help him in a mission, and he's naming everybody off. And when he gets to Blade, all of a sudden there's gunshots from the stairs, and this Blade is standing there saying, "There's only one blade." Pulls out his sword, jumps down, and chops his head up. Says there'll only ever be one blade. I had already had the blood splatter and the head taken down, at least just off of him. But when I decided to do this video, I had to add it in and try to get it the best where it looks like the head's coming right at the camera. Another smoke effect with his gun there. Alright, let's take you topside and show you my redone Marvel Heroes wall. Sorry, I gotta get a footstool to do this. I'm 6'2", but not tall enough to reach over all of this. Alright, we'll start out at the top. Storm. Got the old base for her from way back when. Firestar there. Archangel coming right at you. And Rogue still pointing the wrong way. I'm having trouble with this where I'll get it set and then it wants to go in a totally different direction than what I set it, but I might end up just adding another fishing line and having her a little bit up, you know, her legs and her butt a little bit higher, and that way it will give stability and she won't spin. Got Random in the back. I always have to set him on this thing simply because of this drawing in the background. Alright, and go back down here for the Beast. Yeah, that Savage Land Xavier looks really cool in the hover chair. Jean Grey, Cyclops, Iceman, Havoc, Shadowcat and Lockheed, Cable, Colossus behind Cable, cannonball coming right at us. I love that Colossus. When I saw that 2-pack of him and Juggernaut, I had to have it. Wolverine, Gambit, Bishop, Jubilee, Psylocke, Dazzler. Bring up the front here. Domino, Quicksilver, Forge, and Wolfsbane. Just a second, I gotta kind of move this thing. Whoop. You guys almost got to see me face plant into a shelf of figures right there. Alright, and we continue. Wolfsbane and Moonstar. Moonstar. We got the Dark Child Magic, Shatterstar back there, plus Multiple Man. I gotta get more of him. That one is so hard to find, and when you do, it's expensive as hell. It sucks. Warpath and Guido, Strong Guy Guido, I should say. Got Sasquatch back there with Boomer right in front of him. And Shaman with this little magic effect I made for him. And while we're on Shaman, I'm going to take us. I don't know if anybody remembers these effects. They came with Blink from the pre-Marvel Legends era. I got like 2 or 3 of them. They still work, and it looks really cool. I forgot to do it this time, but put a light or 2 inside it. It looks really cool lit up. Yeah, I wanted to come back this way because, for one, Rogue is showing her ass to us. Thanks, Rogue. Thanks for the show. But my other Alpha Flights, Vindicator, Guardian, North Star and Aurora, and Snowbirds right there. In front of her we got Nighthawk, and we'll just kind of go through everybody else in the air. Black Bolt and the Regal Submariner. Look up underneath, we got Siren, Janet Van Dyne Wasp, Johnny Storm, Human Torch, and this is the old Toy Biz Yellow Jacket. Need a new Yellow Jacket, guys. If we don't have one, wouldn't be surprised me if we did. There's new stuff coming out all the time. And Thor, Iron Man, I think he was called a Civil Servant, Wonder Man, and Guardsman. You got Mach 3, Songbird back there. Doctor Strange is pointing the wrong way. Falcon. And then we got Vision, Spider-Woman, other Spider-Woman. Yeah, I purposely put that shelf there just for that. I had to have that out. I might put my other Iron Man's armors out as well. I'm not sure yet. We'll start from this end and work our way back. My War Machine, U.S. Agent, Tigra, Hawkeye and Mockingbird. Got the Dora Milaje with the Koye and I can't remember all their names. The Black Panther, Panther's sister, Shuri, who is leaning back too far. This thing has already taken about 5 nosedives since I set it up, and it has that far to go, and that's where it goes. It belly flops right into that. So we'll go back here behind them. I got my Machine Man with Jocasta next to him. Wanda and Pietro back there. Yeah, that's the She-Hulk I put with this one because she's got a costume. The other 2 are in ripped up clothes. You're an Avenger, you gotta look nice. Hellcat with Union Jack in front of her. That reminds me, I put, oh nope, I didn't. I thought I put Captain Britain up in the air, but he's right there. Black Knight Hercules behind him. Ben Grimm, Medusa, Winter Soldier, Black Widow, Mr. Fantastic, and Invisible Woman, Captain Carter, Captain America. Oh yeah, there's a couple I missed. Sunspot, Ant-Man, and Giant Man. And I'll kind of do a little backups. You know, I'll get down off this footstool first and then back up and kind of give you guys a wide view of it. As best I can, anyway. And there we go. Go down like here. Got my whole Marvel, mostly good guys. I end up putting Cobras there a lot because I need somewhere to go with them, and those shelves are a lot of times empty. Yep, my superhero scene is looking a lot better. Very pleased with this. And this is not the end either, because I have a lot more figures to put up. Good guys and bad guys. Well, I hope you enjoyed this. I love this effect with the street. I hope you enjoyed the show, everybody. Thanks for stopping by and spending a little time. Hope you were inspired by this to create something yourself, or something that I showed you, as a technique you'd like to try. And if there's any questions, feel free to send me a message. I'd be happy to answer you and answer back. It's late at night, so I'm starting to talk very badly. But yeah, thanks for the watches, the likes, and comments. Happy Tuesday to everybody. Hope it's a great one. Take it easy. Bye-bye.